Welcome back to The Great Expanse by John Bat 426 here on YouTube. It is always a pleasure to record these videos, to edit them, to put my unique spin on them, to upload them for your pleasure, for your viewing pleasure, for your listening pleasure. And if you've liked the videos that you've seen thus far, hit the like button. If not, hit the dislike button. Share these videos with other people that you know that like comic book related stuff as much as you do. Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications. All, not personalized or the one underneath, but all. So the next time a new video's drop, you'll know about it second. I'll know about it first. I'm Burp Champ. Wait a minute, I think this bicep is a little bigger. Forget I did that. But anyway, we are going to get right into it. All right? James Gunn casting news for Superman Legacy. That's one of my personal... Am I ghosting? Uh-oh. Anyway. That's something that I'm looking forward to almost more than anything else, okay? So, let's just go right into it. We'll go to the most current news event. It's 38 minutes ago. The website is Cinema Blend, okay? The headline jumped off the screen. It says, Superman Legacy, and please pardon the fan in the background, it's very hot here in Philadelphia. Superman Legacy, an updated cast list for James Gunn's DC Universe movie. So, initially, we only had Superman and Lois. We had David Corenswet and Rachel Brosnahan, Superman and Lois, okay? So hopefully, we're getting even more people that are going to be in the movie. And they'll be beloved DC characters or hated DC characters, but ones that we recognize and ones that we want to see brought to life in live action, okay? The author is Adam Holmes. Superman is being rebooted for the big screen yet again. And wait, how many Supermen have we had? George Reeves, Christopher Reeve, Brandon Routh, Tom Welling before Brandon Routh in Smallville, Henry Cavill, of course, and most recently we've had Tyler Hoechlin, and now we have David Corenswet. Tyler Hoechlin is from Superman and Lois, which is a very good TV show, okay? So we've had 7 Supermen. Alright? Although there was a brief period in time when it looked like we'd be seeing more of Henry Cavill's Superman following his cameo in Black Adam, by December 2022, it was revealed this wasn't the case at all. Instead, DC Comics' Man of Steel is being rebooted again as part of the new DC Universe's Chapter 1 slate, with this new movie being officially titled Superman Legacy by January 2023. James Gunn made that announcement on January 31st. Okay? Although this won't be the first DC Universe project, with that honor belonging to the Creature Commandos animated series being released to Max subscribers, formerly known as HBO Max, DC Studios heads James Gunn and Peter Safran have said they consider Legacy to be the true beginning of this shared continuity. Okay? Speaking of Gunn, along with writing the script, he's also directing Superman Legacy, making this his 3rd time directly helming a DC project following The Suicide Squad, which I thought was very enjoyable and fun, and Peacemaker. While the specific plot is being kept under wraps, along with a handful of story details being shared, we've also been learning who will comprise the main cast. So let's go over which actors have boarded Legacy, starting with the man taking over as the last son of Krypton. I'm going to skip, well, maybe I won't skip it, just to make the article sound more complete, okay? And again, I do apologize for the fan. It's loud for some reason, all right? David Corenswet. After actors like Pearson Fode, Nicholas Hoult, and Tom Brittney were said to be in the running for the role, David Corenswet was ultimately selected to play the new Superman. Needless to say, this will be Corenswet's biggest film appearance yet, with his prior credits in that area including Affairs of State, The Sunlit Night, Look Both Ways, and Pearl, as well as upcoming offerings like Twisters and The Greatest Hits, okay? He's also built a solid TV resume appearing in The Politician, Hollywood, We Own the City, and the upcoming Lady in the Lake. Interesting. Although Corenswet Superman is younger than Henry Cavill's, Legacy will take a cue from The Batman by introducing him as an established superhero and forego showing any aspects of his origin story. Okay? Rachel Brosnahan, who I've already said has been cast as Lois Lane. Rachel Brosnahan's casting in Superman Legacy was announced at the same time as David Corenswet's. And if you're like our own Riley Utley, you agree that she's the perfect choice to play Lois Lane. I don't know if she's the perfect choice. I've never seen her in anything. Brosnahan is best known for playing Midge Maisel in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. A lot of alliteration there. Though before that, she caught attention for her roles on House of Cards, which I have heard of, and Manhattan, among other shows. Film-wise, she's appeared in The Finest Hours, I haven't seen it, Patriots Days, Spies in Disguise, and The Courier, to name a few. When we meet Brosnahan's Lois in Legacy, she and Clark Kent already know each other, although it's unclear if their relationship is purely professional or if they've moved to building a more personal dynamic. Alright, Nathan Fillion, there's a picture here. Not only has David Corenswet's Superman been protecting people for a while when we meet him in Superman Legacy, he's one of many superheroes already active in the DC universe. The first will bring up his Green Lantern, who will be played by Nathan Fillion. Nathan Fillion's going to be Green Lantern? Wow. However, rather than playing Hal Jordan, whom he's been fanciest for years and voiced in numerous animated DC movies, the star of ABC's The Rookie will instead play Guy Gardner, who has a more arrogant and abrasive personality. It's also important to mention that Gardner will not be one of the leads in the Lanterns Max series, though that's not to say we couldn't see more of him in the DC universe. This is the latest of Fillion's collaborations with James Gunn, and the second time he's appearing in one of his DC movies, having previously played TDK in The Suicide Squad. I don't know who TDK is, even though I love the Suicide Squad movie. So, we're getting Guy Gardner. We've never seen Guy Gardner before. And the only sort of reference I have as far as the more established Green Lanterns, John Stewart and Hal Jordan's attitude towards Guy Gardner, is Young Justice. When I think The Flash mentions in the episode Agendas in season 1 of Young Justice, he says, we need more manpower, and Earth does have another Green Lantern named Guy Gardner, and Hal Jordan and John Stewart say simultaneously, no. Then Flash argues, but he can, and they both say at the same time, no. So they both can't stand Guy Gardner, okay? So, Isabel Merced. Isabel Merced has appeared in many major Hollywood productions over the last decade, including Transformers: The Last Night, Sicario, Day of the Soldado, Dora and the Lost City of Gold, the 2022 Father of the Bride remake, and Rosaline. I've never seen any of those movies, even though I heard Sicario and the sequel were very good. Okay? Well, along with leading the next Alien movie and making her first foray into the superhero genre for Madam Web, news to me, Merced will also lend her talents to Superman Legacy as Hawkgirl. It's unclear if this Hawkgirl will be the Shiera Sanders Hall, Shiera Hulk, or Kendra Saunders version. So we've got Guy Gardner, a Green Lantern, and we've got Hawkgirl for Superman Legacy. I don't really like her face. I'm not saying she's an ugly or unattractive actress, but her face doesn't really say Hawkgirl. But I'm just saying that for my first initial reaction. Please don't castrate me or castigate me in the comment section. I'm just going by my first look at her, okay? Doesn't scream superhero, okay? Eddie Gathegi. That's an interesting name. This looks like the guy that played Darwin in X-Men First Class, okay? You may remember Eddie Gathegi from X-Men First Class for playing Darwin. I swear I did not read the article. The mutant with the ability of reactive evolution, that is, being able to survive practically anything, who was then promptly killed by Kevin Bacon's Sebastian Shaw. Others might know Gathegi better from projects like 3 of the Twilight movies, which I've never seen. The Harder They Fall, House, I have not seen. The Blacklist, I have not seen, and For All Mankind. For Superman Legacy, he'll be playing the Michael Holt incarnation of Mr. Terrific, who's been described in the comics as the 3rd smartest person in the world and fights crime using technology like his T-Spheres and T-Mask. Interesting choice. Another person that just does not immediately, for my first reaction, scream superhero. Okay? Again, that's just my first reaction. Alright? I'm not petitioning to have these actors and actresses forbidden from playing these roles. I'm just saying from my first initial reaction, Isabella Merced and Edie Gathegi do not look like superhero or superheroines. That's the eye test. That's the initial eye test, okay? Any more? Oh, I recognize him. Anthony Corrigan. He played Victor Zsasz in Gotham. Anthony Corrigan is no stranger to DC Comics lore, having first appeared in 2 episodes of The Flash as Kyle Nimbus, aka The Mist, and then recurred as Victor Zsasz on Gotham. There's no question, though, that Superman Legacy is the biggest of the bunch, as he'll appear in the reboot as Metamorpho from The Outsiders. Interesting. Unlike Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, and Mr. Terrific, this will be Metamorpho's first time being depicted in live action. These days, Kerrigan is best known for his Emmy-nominated role as NoHo Hank in Barry, and he's also starred in movies like Bill and Ted, Face the Music, and Fatherhood. In addition to all the characters mentioned above, James Gunn has confirmed that Superman Legacy will feature Jimmy Olsen, and Lex Luthor will also reportedly show up, though Daniel Craig has not been lined up to play the bald baddie. It's also rumored that members of the Authority will appear ahead of their own movie. Although all these superheroes showing up fit the story Gunn is telling, he's also assured fans that the primary story most definitely revolves around Superman and Lois, for those concerned about the amount of attention Superman will receive. That's what I want to hear. The movie is about Superman. Superman Legacy is positioned on the upcoming DC movie schedule for a July 11th, 2025 release. So periodically check back here to see what other actors have been added to the cast. And that is our article. Interesting choices for this movie. And again, it's saying that these guys will already be established. Mr. Terrific, who we've seen played by, what was his name? I don't remember the actor's name. Echo Kellum, I believe his name was. Echo Kellum in the CW's Arrowverse. He played Mr. Terrific. Now we'll see Edie Gathegi, I'm not sure how you pronounce his name, as Mr. Terrific. Isabella Merced as Hawkgirl. We saw another young lady as Hawkgirl in the CW version. We'll be seeing Anthony Carrigan as Metamorpho. I'm really curious as to how they do the special effects for Metamorpho. And Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. Interesting takes. Guy Gardner, he sort of fits into James Gunn's sort of wacky hero take on herodom, okay? Guy Gardner will probably be perfect for the Authority because none of the heroes like him because of his attitude. That's not to say he's not a hero. That's not to say he's not heroic. But the other Green Lanterns can't stand him, okay? And it begs the question, will we see a Kyle Rayner incarnation in live action? Only time will tell, okay? And one casting bit of information that I really want to see early on, who is going to play Jon Stewart and who's going to play Hal Jordan in the Lanterns TV series for Max, okay? I know everybody's clamoring about who's going to play Lex Luthor, who's going to play Batman for the Brave and the Bold, who's going to play Damian Wayne, which of Batman's rogues will appear in the Brave and the Bold, but I really want to know who's going to play Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan, because Lanterns, the TV series, is my most anticipated piece of information, my most anticipated project for the partial slate of Gods and Monsters in the new DCU, okay? So, this has been more of an update. It's been more information, not a lot of editorial from yours truly. But hey, if you like my response to this news, write a comment, please. Write a dissertation if need be. David Brent, please let them know where their comments go, or their dissertations as well. Thank you, Mr. Brent. Do your part, I'll do my part, so that the Great Expanse by John Bat 426 can and will expand. It's in the name.